Hello students and welcome to the lecture. So students, as you can see here that basically in this lecture we are going to start with the organization in India. Okay. So we could say that basically this part is important from the quantity exams point of view. Many times in the examination we have seen the questions coming from this section. The organization, their working, their full form and their office location are often asked in the examination. That's why it's become essential important that we must be aware about all these things regarding the organizations in India. It is an static part, but it is an important. All right. So before starting this lecture, let me tell you one thing honestly. Basically, as far as the organization formation considered in the country like India, so generally we have the four types of organizations. Like the first, charter organization. Second, statutory organization. Third, constitutional organization. Fourth, legal organizations. All right. So, what are the bases for classified these organizations? So, basically, these organizations got classified on the basis of their creations. Like we could say, the first, which is the charter organization. The charter organization are those kind of organizations which have been created by the royal orders of king or queen. In India, we have democracy. So obviously in India nowadays creating a charter organization is not possible because no one is king or queen in this country. But prior independence, when we had a kingship or the kingdom system in the country, we had so many chartered organizations that have been created by the royal orders of king or queen. Even some chartered organization which did not created inside the country, like East India Company, which created outside the country, but they had come to our land. So that's why we could conclude them inside the country. Chart organizations clear. Now come to the statutory organizations. Statutory organizations are those organizations which have been created by their particular act, which means all the working, all the rules and regulations, and all the things regarding the functioning of a particular organization, all these things are mentioned within their own act. For example, Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India is a chartered organization because it was established by RBI Act. LIC, Life Insurance Corporation. It is a statutory organization because it has been created by LIC Act. SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, SEBI Act. Okay, so these are the statutory organizations. Third, constitutional organizations. Constitutional organizations are those organizations which have been created through the constitution itself, which means the mention is already in the constitution through some article. All the things regarding the formation, functioning, and all, it already mentioned in the constitution. And the fourth one is the legal organization. The legal organization is those organizations which not created through the royal orders, not having their own act, and not mentioned in the constitution. But these are registered under some particular legal act. Like many corporations and organizations in India registered under various acts. The famous ones are Companies Act and the Organizations Act, even the Partnership Firms Act. So this is an important information which I have shared with you. Remember these four type of organizations because in this lecture, as we move forward, we will come across this type of formations and all. Okay. Now let's begin with the topic and the index. So basically in this, we will see the places where we have the key organizations of the country. First, New Delhi. Second, Maharashtra. Third, Uttarakhand. Fourth, West Bengal. Fifth, Telangana. Sixth, Karnataka. Seventh, Tamil Nadu. Eighth, Odisha. Ninth, Uttar Pradesh. At last, we will have the summary of all of these as usual. But before starting this, we have a small disclaimer here which we must understand before proceed further. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and the owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this tag and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. After understanding the disclaimer, now begin with the topic. First comes the New Delhi. So here is a one thing also which I would like to tell you. New Delhi is different from Delhi. Keep this thing in your mind. New Delhi is different from Delhi. How? Delhi is basically a union territory, okay, which is also known as NCT or NCR, National Capital Territory or National Capital Region. Okay, whereas New Delhi is a capital of the country. So that is the basic difference. Delhi is the union territory and New Delhi is the capital. So now we are talking about the New Delhi, so we are talking about the capital, obviously. First organizations that we have here to discuss is the Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industries of India. The Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industries of India. So if you see the full form and if you see the short form, then you will say that there is no resemblance between them. But there is. Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industries means ASSO and CHAM. That has been fulfilled in this short form. Okay, ASSO-CHAM. So what is this? It is one of the apex trade associations of India. So what do you mean by the term apex? Apex means the supreme or the highest in a particular category. Like if we talk about banking, which is the banking apex body? Reserve Bank of India. No one is above the Reserve Bank of India. Similarly, the Parliament of India is the apex legislature. No one is above the Parliament in terms of legislature. Judiciary, Supreme Court. No one is above the Supreme Court of India in the terms of judiciary. Similar thing is with this. ASSOCHAM is an apex trade association of India and no one is above of this. ASSOCHAM got established in 1920 by a promoter chambers, which representing all regions of India. The association's head office is located in New Delhi and regional offices of ASSOCHAM located in the cities of Ahmedabad, Bengaluru and Kolkata, which means total ASSOCHAM has 4 offices. One is the headquarters located at New Delhi. Other ones are regional offices located in Ahmedabad, Bengaluru and Kolkata. Second organization which is important is the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So CSIR was established by the Government of India in 1942, is an autonomous body. So what do you mean by the autonomous body? Autonomous body is actually a semi kind of statutory body. Like as we know, the statutory body are created by their own act, not controlled by any other body. They could function or act as their own. Similarly, autonomous body is also like the same, but these are not created by this particular act. But these having the powers to operate by themselves, they are not under any other body, so that their functions could be influenced. So the CSIR has emerged as the largest research and development organization in India in the fields of scientific and industrial research. No body is large, or you can say is more largest than this body. The headquarters situated in New Delhi, in the capital of the country. Then we have the CAG, also known as Comptroller and Auditor General of India. It is established by Article 148 of the Constitution of India. So what do we get by this? Article 148. What do we get by this? Which means Basically, it is an constitutional body. Okay. So, what is the functions and work of the CAC? It audits all the receipts and the expenditure of the government of India and the state governments. Okay. So, whatsoever the expenditure the central government and the state government will make in a particular year, and whatsoever revenue they generate in a particular year, all these things will be audited by the CAC. And it is also located in the New Delhi, or the capital of the country. Then we have the Competition Commission of India, CCI. Remember, the CCI was established on 14th October 2003. It is not written down here, but let me tell you, the CCI was actually established by the Competition Commission Act of 2002. And if I mention Act, which means it's having its own act, so it is an statutory body. It became fully functional in May 2009 with Dhanendra Kumar as the first chairman of this particular organization, and headquarters are at New Delhi. So we could say the Competition Commission Act got passed in 2002, body was established in 2003 and became fully functional in May 2009. And Dhanendra Kumar was the first chairman of this particular organization, and the headquarters lies at New. Then the Central Board of Direct Taxes, also in short known as CBDT. So Central Board of Direct Taxes also a statutory authority, which means it has its own act, like it is functioning or established under the Central Board of Revenue Act 1963. This particular act is having the power to establish the Central Board of Direct Taxes. It is headquartered in New Delhi. So we know basically as far as the taxes are concerned, so we have two types of taxes in general: direct taxes or indirect taxes. Direct taxes are those taxes which are incurred by the person, okay, directly, and indirect taxes are those taxes which burden lies on the another person but paid by the another person. Okay, so CBDT having the work to look after the direct taxes, the implementation of this, the appropriation of this, and the collection of this, as per the provisions mentioned under the Central Board of Revenue Act 1963. Then we have the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. The CBI is the premier investigating agency of India, got set up in 1941 by the government. CBI headquarters located at Lodhi Road in New Delhi. Now, it was actually established in 1941 but got functional in 1963. How? So let me tell you. Basically, the Central Bureau of Investigation works as per the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1941. Okay. This particular act was further modified in 1962 during the Santham Committee, and Santham Committee recommended the formation of new organization which will be the premier investigation agency in India. And as now the CBI got formed. So CBI actually formed in 1963, but the main act that gives the power to CBI to get operated, that act was the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act 1941. Then the Central Statistics Office, CSO. The CSO is a governmental agency in India. It was set up in Cabinet Secretariat on May 2, 1951. The CSO is located in New Delhi. Then we have the Central Pollution Control Board. It was established in 1974 and it was the statutory body. Why? Because it got established under the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. In short, it is often called as CPCB. It's having its head office in New Delhi. Then we have the Chief Economic Advisor, CEA. Okay. So this office is actually the Office of Economic Advisor to the Government of India, and it is headquartered in New Delhi. Then we have Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO. DRDO is also an statutory body and it is an agency of the Republic of India charged with the military research and development, which means whatever the equipments, weapons, and other kind of tacticals we required in the field of defense, all these things are modified and further innovate by the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO). It is headquartered in New Delhi, India, and it got formed in 1958. Thereafter, we have the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry. It is an association of business organization in India that actually established in 1927, pre-independence period, and it is headquartered in the national capital, New Delhi. So we could say basically FICCI was actually formed during the British times. Then Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR. It is established in the New Delhi, and remember it is also an autonomous body, which means it could act independently but it does not having its own separate act, so it is a semi-statutory or fully autonomous body. Then we have ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. It's having its headquarters in New Delhi and established in 1929. So basically we could say the ICAR was established by the British government that was ruling the country during that time. Okay, because the Britishers wanted to boost up the agricultural production so that they could enhance their state revenue. So in order to go with this, they established the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, ICAR. Then the Medical Council of India, MCAI. Remember the MCI is different from the ICAMR. ICMR stands out for Indian Council of Medical Research and Medical Council of India stands out for MCA. It was first established in 1934 under the Indian Medical Council Act 1933. So we could say it is also an statutory body. It's having its headquarters in the New Delhi. The National Association of Software and Services Companies, NASSCOM. It was established in 1988 in headquarters in New Delhi. It was the initial year when the IT industry was arriving in the country. Okay, and during that time, the NASSCOM got established as a National Association of Software and Services Companies. National Council of Educational Research and Training, NCERT. It is an autonomous organization of the Government of India, which got established on 1st September 1961, and it is located at the Sri Aurobindo Marg in New Delhi. Then we have the National Security Council, NSC, got established by the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government on 9th November 1998, headquartered in New Delhi. Then we have National Scheduled Tribes Finance and Development Corporation, NSTFDC. It got set up in 2001 as a non-profit company under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, headquartered in New Delhi. National Backward Classes Finance and Development Corporation, NBCFDC. This NBCFDC actually got incorporated on 13th January 1992 as a non-profit company under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and it is headquartered in New Delhi. The National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO, it got initiated in the year of 1950 and it is having its headquarters in New Delhi. After this, we have the National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Board, NSTEDB. Established by the Government of India in 1982, it is an institutional mechanism headquartered in New Delhi. After this, we have the National Research Development Corporation. It was established by Attlee's Liberal government in 1948. Who was Attlee? Clement Attlee was actually the Prime Minister of Britain during that time, and it got headquartered in New Delhi. Then we have National Afforestation and Eco Development Board, NAEB. It was set up in August 1992 for the promotion of afforestation, tree plantation, ecological restoration, and eco development activities in the country. It is also headquartered in New Delhi. Then we have National Handicap Finance and Development Corporation, NHFDC, set up in January 1997 as a non-profit company under the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India, headquarters in New Delhi. Then we have the Press Council of India, first set up on 4 July 1964 by the Parliament to regulate the press in India. It is headquartered in the New Delhi, the capital of the country. PTI, the Press Trust of India, largest news agency in the country, headquartered in New Delhi, founded on 27 August 1947. Then we have Research and Analysis Wing, RANW, which is also known as RAW. It is the foreign intelligence agency of the country. It was established in 1968 and headquartered in New Delhi. Then we have the Sports Authority of India, also known as SAI. It is an apex national sports body set up in 1984 by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports of Government of India for the development of sports in India, headquartered in New Delhi. Telecom Regulatory Authority, established on 20th Feb 1997, headquartered in New Delhi. Then we have the University Grants Commission of India, UGC, a statutory body set up by the Indian Union government in accordance to the UGC Act 1956 under Ministry of Human Resource Development. It is also a statutory body. Headquarters are in New Delhi. Then we have the Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, is a business association in India, founded in 1895, headquartered in New Delhi. Then we have Oriental Insurance Company Limited, Public Sector General Insurance Company of India, headquarters of the company located in New Delhi and was incorporated on 12 September 1947. Then we have the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, established on 1st July 1949, headquarters in New Delhi. Then we have Indian Oil Corporation Limited, IOCL, commonly known as Indian Oil. It is an Indian state-owned oil and gas company, registered office at Mumbai and primarily headquarters in New Delhi, founded in 1964. Then we have National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT, quasi-judicial body in India, adjudicates issues relating to the Indian companies. The NCLT was established under the Companies Act 2013, which means it is a legal body, and constituted on 1st June 2016 by the Modi government, headquarters in New Delhi. National Housing Bank, NHB, wholly owned subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India, was set up on 9 July 1988 under the National Housing Bank Act 1987. The head office of NHB is at New Delhi. National Thermal Power Corporation Limited, NTPC, company incorporated under the Companies Act 1986, again the legal body. The headquarters of the company is at New Delhi. Then we have Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL, Indian state-owned steel making company based in New Delhi, India. Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, or BSNL, Indian state-owned telecommunication company headquartered in New Delhi, incorporated on 15 September 2000. After New Delhi, now we have Maharashtra. First is the Indian Bureau of Mines, established in 1948, headquartered in Nagpur. National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development, NABARD, which is an apex development financial institution in India, headquartered at Mumbai with branches all over India. NABARD was established on the recommendations of B. Sivaran Committee by Act of 61, 1981 of Parliament, and it was on 12 July 1982 to implement the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development Act 1981. If it's having its own act, which means it is a statutory body. National Film Development Corporation of India, NFDC, based in Mumbai, is the central agency established in 1975 to encourage the high-quality Indian cinema. Thereafter, we have the Reserve Bank of India. It is the India's central banking institution, controls the monetary policy of the Indian rupee, commenced its operation on 1st April 1935. In accordance with the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934, central office of RBI established in Kolkata, now it is known as Kolkata, but was moved to Bombay, now Mumbai, in 1937. Then we have the Securities Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Regulator of the securities market in the India was established in 1988, given statutory powers on 30th January 1992 under the SEBI Act 1992. The BSE of Bombay Stock Exchange, Indian Stock Exchange located at Dalal Street, Mumbai, established in 1875. The BSE, formerly known as the Bombay Stock Exchange Limited. Central Board of Film Certification, CBFC, formed in 1952, headquarters in Mumbai. Life Insurance Corporation, Indian state-owned insurance group, investment company, headquartered in Mumbai, founded in 1956. National Stock Exchange or NSE, leading stock exchange of country, located in Mumbai. NSE was founded in 1992. Import-Export Bank, also known as Exim, under the Exim Act 1981, headquarters in Mumbai. Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, BPCL, Indian State Control Marathon Oil Gas Company, headquartered in Mumbai. GIC, state-owned enterprise. GIC Ray has registered office in headquarters Mumbai and founded on 22 November 1972. New India Assurance Co. Limited, Mumbai, founded by Sir Dorabji Tata in 1990, nationalized in 1973. Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, Indian state-owned oil and natural gas company, headquarters Mumbai, Maharashtra, established in 1974. Indian Bank Association on 26 September 1946 as the representative body of management of banking in India, and it is based in Mumbai. Then we have Uttarakhand, the Survey of India, India's Central Engineering Agency, charge of mapping and surveying, set up in 1767, headquartered at Dehradun. Oil and Natural Gas Limited, ONGC, Indian multinational oil and gas company, headquartered in Dehradun, Uttarakhand, were founded on 14th August 1926 by Government of India. West Bengal, Geological Survey of India, 1851, Government of India, Ministry of Mines Organization, headquartered in Kolkata. National Insurance Company Limited, state-owned general insurance company in India. The company was headquartered at Kolkata, got established in 1906, nationalized in 1972. Telangana, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDAI, headquartered in Hyderabad, Telangana, moved from Delhi in 2001, constituted by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999, which is an statutory act. Thereafter, the Karnataka, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, under the Government of India, established in Bangalore in 1969. Tamil Nadu, United India Insurance Company, got incorporated on 18th February 1938 and nationalized in 1972, headquarters in Chennai, India. Then Odisha, National Aluminium Company Limited, abbreviated as NALCO, has units in Odisha at places like Angol and Damanjodi, incorporated as a public sector enterprise of the Ministry of Mines, Government of India in 1981. Then we have Uttar Pradesh, Small Industry Development Bank of India, SIDB. It is the principal development financial institution in India, headquartered at Lucknow with branches all over India. Got set up on 2nd April 1990 through the Act of Parliament. Here we have finished the topic. Now it's a summary part. So basically, under the trade and industry associations, we have seen ASSOCHAM, FICCI, CII. Under research and development, we have seen the CISR and DRDO. Under government audit and regulations, we have seen CAG, Competition Commission of India, Central Board of Direct Taxes. Statistical and environmental agencies, we have seen Central Static Office, Central Pollution Control Board. Health and educations, we have seen ICMR, NCRT. Financial institutions and regulatory bodies, we have seen NABARD, SEBI and IRDAI. Public sector enterprises, we have seen IOCL, BPCL. Telecommunications and media, we have seen TRAI and Port Trust of India. Space and technology, we have seen ISRO. Regional and other important institutions, we have seen the Geological Survey of India, the Survey of India. Okay, so here we have finished this topic. Kindly revise all the facts and figures that we have discussed in this lecture and be ready for the next lecture. With this note, let's end this lecture and thank you.